The World Bank has for the first time strongly defended its ranking for the India Ease of Doing Business Index. Remember, World Bank chief economist Paul Romer reportedly resigned from his post over a ranking controversy involving Chile. Chilean officers have been criticized in the World Bank for ranking the country poorly on the Ease of Doing Business Index, raising questions over the credibility of these rankings. Now, speaking exclusively to Rituparna Bhuyan, World Bank India Director Junaid Ahmed said that India's improvement in ranking is purely based on ground realities.
Methodologies and data have to constantly improve. As you'll see in this health index itself, government is saying we were able to only do certain measurements because we have so much data, and as we learn, we'll improve the methodology.
Criticism has then come in saying that if the methodology is changed, why not correct the previous rankings? And the World Bank has said that let's not compare, two rankings of 2 years because the methodology is different. So how would you look at that criticism in terms of the ranking is actually a statistical phenomenon, and if you flatten out the statistical factors, then the ranking is not that good?
Well, two responses to what you've said. First, as I said before, all the shifts that you're seeing is based on ground realities of policy making an impact on the ground. And these are feedback directly from the companies themselves, from the small and medium enterprises. They're not an artifact of methodology or an artifact of data. Second point that I want to make is everyone is worried about the ranking, but everyone has forgotten that ultimately what we look at is something we call distance to the frontier. This is a separate measurement in the ease of doing business, which looks at the absolute shifts a country is doing towards what we think is the ideal situation or the best story. India has consistently, year after year, improved in its distance to the frontier. And that will prove that, in fact, what we're doing is data directly from the ground. So I'm not too worried about debates that academics have about methodologies on data. We welcome it because the only way one improves it. Right. But I am absolutely convinced and I'm categorical about the shifts that India has taken.
Okay, so